Hey everyone, it's week 13 in the NFL. This is the opening line report. We usually do these on Tuesday, but I'm going to have a cup of coffee with you and take a look at them on Monday because we need to work overtime this week in the NFL because we got our rear end handed to us on Sunday with Seattle and Tampa, especially the Tampa game, although it was a 4-unit pick. Bowles just isn't a good coach. Leftwich isn't a good play caller. Third and fourth, a minute 26 left. Tom Brady, the best football in the history of the NFL. Can't get a first down. Get a first down, game over. Instead, you turn it over. You let them go down the field and score on 4th and 10 in regulation to tie it up. To get into overtime, then you piss down your leg in overtime and get them give up big plays defensively. And what about the Seahawks defense? What? If you'd have told me on Friday that Seattle was going to score 34 points in the game against Las Vegas, that would have been a game of the year times 20. I would have said, yeah, they crushed them. Raiders score 40. Pete Carroll got his ass coached off. Unreal. Not my day. I tell it like it is. So we're going to work a little overtime this week, get to work on the NFL right away out of the gate. These are initial reactions, sometimes sarcastic, sometimes raw, sometimes candid. Early leans or just that. These aren't handicap picks. Tell me what you think in the comments section. We have to filter out the comments because of the haters, the F-bombs, the links to porn sites, the links to competitors' websites where they're sending you to the Superlock and the Millennium page. So I'm not in a very good mood, but we got to get to work. You know, the sun's going in and out in the background, so it's going to be light and dark and, you know, just kind of my mood, in and out. But let's take a look at these opening lines and see what we got here. I haven't seen any of these. This is my first eyeball on them. The Thursday night game is Buffalo laying 5.5, total 44.5 at New England. Whew. Buffalo hadn't looked that good lately. They should have lost to Detroit. They really had them by the short and curlies. New England, that game against Minnesota, I mean, Jones had over 350 yards passing, and they still lost. Arguably one of the better defenses. I'd probably lean under there. Check the weather. Denver at Baltimore. Denver is a 8.5-point underdog. Total 38.5. Boy, I tell you what, spent all that money to try and beat Mahomes in the AFC West by bringing Wilson on board. He ain't got anything left. Denver's defense, I'd be surprised if Denver's head coach lasts throughout this week. They need to fire him. It's not working. You gave away play calling to another guy. It's still not working. You suck. Denver is a horrible team. 3-8, 0-5 on the road, 1-4 against the spread, 3-7 against the spread. Baltimore grabs victory from the jaws of defeat again, or grabs defeat from the jaws of victory again. Back up to their old tricks, letting someone go down the field and score on them late. I'd put Baltimore in a teaser for sure. Lock them in, get them down to 6.5. I want nothing to do with Denver at all. And Wilson looks washed up. But he's got a big, big contract there. Wow. Wow. What a mess. Cleveland on the road, -7 at Houston off the big win where Tampa gift wrapped them a game. Gift wrapped them a game. Laying 7 at Houston. 0-4 at home. 3-6-1 against the spread. Deshaun Watson makes his debut against his old team, I might add. Put Cleveland in a teaser with Baltimore. That is a winner chicken frickin' dinner. Washington on the road at New York, -1.5. Taylor Heineke continues to get it done. Less than 200 yards throwing the ball, wins a game. He just wins games. Wins games, covers spreads. They're 4-2 on the road, straight up and against the spread. 6 covers out of their last 10 with 1 push. 2 good covered teams. Giants 7-3 against the spread. Total 40.5. Wow. Now 2.5, 40.5. I'm just looking at a few things here. Number 20 and number 23 ranked offenses in yards. Number 24 and number 22 in scoring. That's a tough call. Washington won both of them last year. One went over, one went under. I'd lean under 40.5. Jacksonville on the road at Detroit, another 1.5 game. Detroit 1.5, total 51.5. Take the over. Jets getting +3 at Minnesota, total 45.5. Take the over. How about White for the Jets? Do you see those numbers? Wow. Chicago didn't have any defense. Didn't look like Minnesota did either on Thursday night. Because New England struggles offensively and they look good. They lost the game, but they look good. Minnesota, that's going to go over. And by the way, the Jets got the better defense. Oh, yeah. I'd lean Jets. Put them in a tease. Get them up to +9. Steelers have yet to play. They're playing the Colts tonight at Atlanta. -1.5. Atlanta. Dirty Birds at home. Total 42. Atlanta's sure in a lot of close games. I think all their losses have been 6 points or less. I really can't make a comment. Let's see how Pittsburgh comes out of this game tonight health-wise. I probably would lean Atlanta there. Tennessee +5.5 at Philadelphia. Off a big game against Cincinnati. Eagles put away the Green Bay Packers. Rodgers went out early. What kind of stock can you put in the fact that the Eagles beat the Packers? Titans all day long. Green Bay -2.5 at Chicago. Don't know the status of Fields. Don't know the status of Rodgers. 41.5 is a total. I think Green Bay got him earlier this year in a pretty good ball game. Let's look at that. When did they play them? Was that early? I'm going to pull that up head to head. When didn't they play them? September 18th, 27-10 Green Bay. Let's pull up the box score. Chicago had 11 first downs in that game. Green Bay had 26. Could it be Love against Simeon versus Rodgers against Fields? You don't know. Chicago ran it for 180 yards. And Green Bay ran it for 203. Chicago threw the ball the whole game. You ready? 48 yards. Can't really pick that one. Yeah, Chicago, 37 minutes to 22 minutes in time of possession. Green Bay Yeah. I don't know what to do with it. That pass. Miami. Here's a good one. Miami. I wonder what this line was going to be, catching 3.5 against the Niners. Total 46.5. Give me Miami. Seattle minus 4.5 at the LA Rams. Total 40.5. Divisional game. Rams are just. Kansas City was inside deep in their territory 6 times and ended up with 1 TD. That never happens. That game should have been a lot more lopsided than it was in Kansas City's favor. And I didn't watch the whole game because I was fixated on the Raiders and Seattle game at my local watering hole sports bar with my buddies, literally throwing up our cocktails and chicken wings as we watched Seattle completely disintegrate against a crappy Las Vegas team. I can only lean Seattle. 40.5. About right. Rams don't have any offense. And they're not going to have Stafford back. You'd be lucky if you see Stafford the rest of the year. Chargers at Raiders. Chargers are laying 2.5. Total 50.5. Now, I remember the first time around, Las Vegas gave the ball to the Chargers. This is like the first or second game of the season. They gave the ball to the Chargers 4 times. The Chargers only managed like 20-some points. Crucial game for the Chargers. Vegas at 4-7 is going nowhere. It's down to 2, -2, 50.5. Last game was 24-19 Chargers. I don't know what that Raiders thing was. Both of them in the first meeting had 18 first downs. Neither team ran the ball worth dog crap. 64 yards for Vegas, 76 yards for the Chargers. Carr had 256 yards. Herbert had 279. Be looking at the props in that one for passing yards because they're both going to throw like crazy. I could only lean Chargers. Honestly, they're a better team. They're a better team. I'm not sold on Vegas. I don't know what Pete Carroll was smoking in all week long in practice getting ready for that game. Kansas City, at Cincinnati. My boys right here. AFC Championship game revisited, -2.5, total 51.5. KC, baby. Payback. But Cincinnati hadn't looked all that sharp. Kansas City probably looking ahead a little bit yesterday. They weren't sharp either. Who's the better quarterback right now? Who's got more weapons? Kansas City getting healthy. You think they've had this one circled all year? Good luck. Colts plus 9.5 at Dallas. That Kansas City game might be worth a sniff on the over too. 9.5 for the Colts at Dallas. Colts haven't played yet tonight. Don't know how long Matty Ice Ryan's going to last. Dallas didn't look all that sharp against, and I don't know, is it me? Pollard's a better running back than Zeke Elliott. I don't care what you're paying him. Pollard's a better running back. You got to keep him in there. He's explosive, slasher, east, west, north, south, whatever you want. Elliott's maybe stick Dallas in a teaser, get him down to 3.5. I'm not laying. It depends on how they come out tonight. The Colts, I really can't. I definitely use Dallas in a teaser, and that is the Sunday night game. How do the Colts get a? Couldn't you flex out of that? Maybe put Kansas City, Cincinnati, even the Chargers and the Raiders. Miami, San Francisco, flex out and put. Who wants to watch Jeff Saturday try and coach the Colts on a Saturday night while they're getting their butt handed to them? No, yeah, Dallas is in prime time. Who cares? Tampa Bay -4 against the Saints. When are the Saints going to go back to Winston? Whose Cheerios did he pee in? Because Andy Dalton's no good. Tampa Bay -4. Total 40. Do or die for the Bucks. Do I feel like laying 4 with Tampa right now after they screwed me on Sunday? No. How can you back New Orleans on the road? How can you back New Orleans on the road? How can you back them? They held San Francisco to 13. They couldn't score. $20-10. First time around. Under would be my lean. Those are my thoughts. Those are my initial thoughts and leans out of the gate. We got some work to do in the NFL. Win 1 week, lose 1 week. Win 1 week, lose 1 week. That is not how we like to do our programs here at Tony George Sports, courtesy of DocSports.com at all. So we got some work to do. There's a little bit of opportunity in here. It's going to be low volume surgical strike, approach the books by stealth, and shower them with multiple warheads. That's what's going to happen this upcoming week in the NFL. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Once we filter out all the stuff we told you about earlier, we'll post them up there. We'll interact with you, and you give me your takes. Have a great week. Let's get ready for Week 13 in the NFL and a big push this upcoming weekend from yours truly. DocSports.com. Get over and check us out. Free $60. Link in the description below. If you've never been a member, we'll park $60 in your account. Use it on the website. Any handicapper, any sport.